Good. Testing. Testing. Cool. So you can hear. I just want to make sure. Let's see what we got in the chat. So far, nobody, Dexter. So far, nobody. What's going on, Jack? It's Christmas Eve. That's Christmas Eve, Dexter. It always takes at least 5 minutes for there to be people that come into the chat. So for now, I'm just going to watch me eat Tully, water lily pops, tangy turmeric. Basically, they're popcorn alternatives. I like them. I have corn allergies, so I can't eat popcorn. So when I go to the movies, this is what I eat. I think there's a little bit of a delay. Really, I'm so glad I came across these this year. Like, who would have thought water lily pops? Like water lilies. Yeah, let's make that into like a popcorn alternative. Kind of works out that nobody's in the chat yet. I don't know how interesting eating water lily pops would be. But so we try. Also, those that are watching this on playback down the line, I have my my Dexter, my beautiful pepperoni. Check my phone. Oh, we got two people. What's going on, everybody? I literally was saying earlier, I was like, it usually takes about 5 to 6 minutes for people to come to the chat, and then that's when I'll talk. In the past, it used to be I would just start talking right away, and it was like, well, what's the point of talking right away if nobody's going to be responding until like around the 5 6 minute marker? So if you rewatch the last 5 minutes of just literally eating water lily pops and drinking water and talking to my dog. So there was two people, now there's one person in the chat. Just wanted to say I wanted to do a Christmas Eve live stream. I haven't done one in a while, and I'm telling myself that starting next year I'm going to try to do at least one a week. I feel like once a week would be kind of nice, honestly. Just really being able to talk to the community and everything, especially all of you guys that are subscribed to me. I will also say that I started running out of time. So originally I was going to have my top 10 TV shows premiere 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time today, but because I decided to do this live stream, I'm actually going to be releasing that 7 p.m. Eastern time, so an hour back. But I did set a premiere date for that. So if you set a notification for it in the past, that one probably won't show up, but now the other one should show up. At least I would assume. Excuse me. Let me actually make sure. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, so it should show. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I actually don't think I did. I feel like a boomer right now. Let me make sure. Should change it. All right. Sorry about that. I had to fix that whilst talking to myself. But yeah, so 7 p.m. That's today Eastern time. That's when it will show up for the top 10 TV shows of all time, and of course, my humble opinion. Gosh, I can't believe I filmed it that long ago. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just ask away. I will say that I'll probably put it in the community tab, but I do know that starting next year, I don't think I'm going to be doing the catch up videos. Um, it's one of those things where it's a lot of work, satisfying, but at the same time, it's a lot of work, and just it doesn't really seem like my subscribers are really interested in that. You guys, it seems, are more interested in top 10 lists, and of course my director ranking list, which I totally get, because honestly I'm more interested in doing those anyways, because those I just find to be more fulfilling. And I think it's because a lot of times when I get home at the movies, I'll post my review on Letterboxd, so it's like I have all my thoughts out, and then of course then at the end of the month I'm then like, okay, so here is my thoughts again. So I don't know, like at first doing the catch up videos was nice, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't know if it's still worth it. I don't know. Maybe I'll still do some reviews for like certain movies that I feel like are underappreciated. Kind of what I did with Forgotten, the 2017 South Korean film, because that was a film that I finally saw and I was like, nobody's talking about this film, so let me actually review this. So I do love reviewing films, but I also, of course, that's my dog. It wasn't me, I promise. My dog's sleeping on me right now. He's a little cuddle bug. But yeah, I'll be doing so right now. Next year, I have pretty much director ranking lists for every single month except December of 2024. So December 2024, that slot's still kind of up in the air. Originally, it was going to be Yorgos Lanthimos, but I found out that he actually is having another film come out next year. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to wait until that film comes out, and then I'll rank his work. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to replace with it instead. There's a couple directors I'm kind of playing around with the idea of doing, but I haven't nailed it down, so to speak. Like right now, I have David O. Russell. Like I filmed his list, but I haven't actually placed it into the December 2024 slot. It's between that and then the January 2025 slot. I'm not sure just yet. But I love doing those. I know I'm thinking about doing David Lowery because just rewatched The Green Knight, honestly, today. It's a Christmas movie. And I was like, you know what? I think that I'm going to do a ranking video of his. I have like Pete's Dragon to watch, Ain't Nobody, or no, Ain't Them Bodies, and then his first film, which I think was called Saint Nick or something like that. So don't really have too many of his films to watch, but I'll definitely want to rank his work. It's silent today. I guess that's where the term silent night comes from. I saw The Iron Claw today in theaters. That was really good. If anyone hasn't seen that yet, I would highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. It's really good. I didn't know the story of the Von Erich brothers, but it's a good story, man. It really is. It's heartbreaking. I kind of wonder if I knew the story going into it. I kind of wonder if I would still like it as much, but I guess that's what a rewatch will kind of determine because, I already know it. So now it's like, okay, I'll rewatch. This is still really good. Now I'm planning to see The Color Purple soon, probably within the next week or so. I have after The Color Purple, I have a couple more films that I still need to watch, like what's it called, Origin. Although I don't even know if we're gonna get that until like February, which is a shame. But Origin, and then I also want to watch what's it called, The Zone of Interest. The Zone of Interest, I thought we were gonna get the end of December, but apparently we're not gonna get it until February, which I think is just so frustrating. Especially because it's probably going to get a Best Picture nomination. So it's like in January when it's announced for Best Picture, it's like, well, I can't even watch it because I have to wait. And then I also want to get my top 10 best films of 2023 list out. But I kind of want to wait until I watch those films. It's just frustrating. First world problems. Yeah. Sorry, my dog hears the neighbors. It's okay, Dexter. Dexter, say hi to YouTube. Dexter, say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. He's literally looking the other way. He's like, what are the neighbors doing? Sure, there's only one person watching on YouTube. That, in all seriousness, it makes sense. I get it. It's Christmas Eve. I was originally going to do this earlier, but the showing for Iron Claw it ended at like around 3ish. So by the time I got back, I wrote the review up, and then I had to do some cleaning up and everything. So by that time, I was like, oh, shoot, it's almost 6 o'clock, and I was like, I'm not gonna feel like doing this late at night. Like I've done a live stream before late at night, and it's just not the best because I'm not as well rested. Tell him, Dexter. Oh, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're so good. You should get more screen time. The world wants to see you. The world wants to see you, Dexter. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, bud. Dexter, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, yeah, you got him. You got him. It's okay. People are so loud. Why don't you paper down? I don't know if you guys can hear this. Now the whole neighborhood's barking. It's okay, Dexter. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. So next year, I'm good. There's certain ranking lists I do want to do. Like I want to do top 10. I'll let you go, Dexter. Go investigate. I want to do top 10 westerns, but there's like half a dozen or so westerns I still feel like I need to watch in order to feel like I can do a top 10 western films. And I also want to rewatch a couple of John Wayne films that like I grew up watching and I remember really liking, but it's been so long. I remember really liking El Dorado, which is ironically I think the first film that James Caan was in, and he was with of course John Wayne, and then that had Robert Mitchum in it. I remember really liking that. Rio Bravo I liked, but I remember when I was younger I thought it was too slow at times. And it's funny because those two films are kind of similar, but I feel like I'd appreciate Rio Bravo more now. And then The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I think I saw it, what was it, like 6 years ago? So I'm like, I feel like I need to rewatch it because I remember really liking it, but now I'm like, but is it top 10 worthy? So I don't know. And then there's some other, like, westerns, specifically like spaghetti westerns, where I'm like, I need to rewatch that. Or not rewatch, watch them for the first time. But top 10 action films, that's another one I want to do. Um, what are some other ones? Oh, I have already filmed top 10, another top 10 films that have always been perfect. I haven't been able to do a part three yet, though, like in terms of filming, because actually, I think, sorry, in real time, I'm thinking about this. I actually can now because for a part three list, I originally only had nine other films that I thought were perfect. But I just realized I rewatched, or not rewatched. I keep saying rewatch. I watched for the first time Poor Things a couple days ago, and I thought it was great. I gave it a 5 out of 5. So could be the 10th slot. But I love doing that too. I feel like the first time around, maybe I just didn't explain the criteria well enough. So I kind of went the extra yard with part two, and I explained even more what I meant, just so that way there's nobody that's like, well, why wasn't this film on there? Like, wait a minute, I thought you loved American Beauty. Why isn't American Beauty on there? And it's like, I love American Beauty, but at the same time, the first time I saw it, I gave it a 4 out of 5. So that's clearly not always been perfect. That's how it works. And then maybe I'll do a couple other like TV show related ones. I don't know. I still haven't done. I was supposed to review the Fall of the House of Usher because I saw that like a month or two ago, but I still haven't reviewed it. So I'm kind of behind. I'm kind of behind in certain areas, especially when it comes to TV shows. So I apologize about that because I know I literally have it on my channel where it's like, hey, I do TV show reviews, but this year I've been kind of slacking. But I think it's also truthfully because some of the shows I watched, or not watch, some of the shows I watched, they're not complete yet and they're so close. Like I watched Yellowstone, and Yellowstone still has another part of, I think it's season 5. So it's like, what's the point of reviewing seasons 5.5 and then reviewing the last part? So I'm just gonna wait until it ends so that way I can just talk about it as a whole. And I am watching Justified. I'm about halfway into season 2 of Justified. So once I finish that, I definitely will review it as a whole. I'm liking it so far. I have issues, but I still overall quite like it. Excuse me. Hmm. All right, guys, we'll just real quickly check the letterbox. Check letterbox all the time. Honestly, letterbox, especially the last couple of years, it's quickly become my favorite social media app. I love it. Which, by the way, if you haven't, started following me on Letterbox, do so. I have it in the description. I do post on there daily, I would say, and um, I also do have lists on there, plenty of lists, and there's also a lot of hidden lists because I haven't released them on YouTube. Once I release them on YouTube, that's when I then go on Letterbox and I and technically release it for everyone to see on there. Also, I apologize if you hear any background noise. My dog is chewing on his bone. Right, Dexter? Who's a good Dexter? He's coming. Let's see. Let's see if you guys can see him on the camera. Oh, there, a little bit. What are you doing? I think he's not sure. $20 in though. There's only one person live, like watching the live stream. Dexter might have ended at the 30-minute mark. I'm half kidding. Could also be the thumbnail. Oh man. What a long week. I edited my predictions for the 10 films that I believe will be nominated for Best Picture in January. Pretty confident about that. So I edited that yesterday. And also, be on the lookout tomorrow. I have top 10 Christmas movies of all time that I will be releasing. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be a divisive video. I'm calling it right now. Because, like, at least half of them are films that people are going to be like, wait a minute, that's not a Christmas movie. But it's like, yeah, but it is to me. And based on my criteria. Everyone's criteria is different. Some people just need like elves and Santa Claus for it to be a Christmas movie. Me, I'm like, if it takes place around a Christmas and then also snowing. Snowing helps out a lot. You have it where someone's like, oh, it's Christmas Day and it's snowing. It's like, all right, I guess we got a Christmas movie. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like the viewers that are subscribed to me, I feel like they'll accept the top 10 Christmas movies of all time video more so than someone that's like randomly tuning in. And the reason why I say that is because my top 10 worst movies of 2023 video that I released, the viewers that are subscribed to me, they seem to really dig it, at least based on the comments. But then some of my first time viewers, they're like, Ant-Man and Quantum Medium is on the list. What? An opinion that differs from mine? Or Haunted Mansion? You need to watch more. And it's like, I literally told you how much I watched. So if you want me to watch, instead of 100 plus 2023 films, if you want me to watch 200 plus, then no. People are interesting, man. They are interesting. But 2024 should be a fun year. Should be a good time. Oh, no, one. Okay. Now it's like super bright. Hey, now we got two people. Dexter, did you see that? We got two people. For the second person that just came in, Dexter is my dog. Dexter, come on the live stream. Come on. See if he's going to come in focus. There he is. You're the star. Say hi. Yeah. He's a good boy. The world now sees how handsome you are, Dexter. Yeah. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. What are you doing with your paw? Well, hello, sir. My coach has arrived. Is that what that is? Here's the neighbors. I hear them, so that means he hears them. Oh, what's that? You okay? You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. Dexter, tell everyone how much you love the channel. He says he wants to be on the channel more, but he's speechless. He's left speechless. So many movies leave him speechless. But anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. So next year, yeah, all the top 10 lists. I'll also be doing, and this is going to be something I haven't really done before, but the beginning of the pandemic, I did a full circle moment where 2013, I set my goal to watch every single Academy Award Best Picture winner, and I did. I managed to actually do so. So then I did a ranking by decade, and then I did a ranking for every single one, like a video for every single one. And I'm proud of them. I mean, I am proud of the videos, but I'm rewatching. Well, not rewatching. I'm rewatching and watching a lot of movies from like the 90s and 80s. So a lot of those Best Picture winners that I hadn't seen at that point in 7, 8 years when I was doing those videos, now they're fresh in my mind, and it's so different. Like before, for the 80s, for example, I think I had driving Miss Daisy over Gandhi, but now I'm like, what was I thinking? No, Gandhi's a lot better than driving Miss Daisy. So I am thinking about doing a re-ranking, so to speak. But I'm at the same time, I'm also kind of conflicted because even though I am planning to go through the 70s, um, that would still leave the 50s because the 50s I feel like was also something that I need to rewatch certain Best Picture winners. Um, and then same with some from the 40s. So I don't know. It's something I'm playing around with. And then there are certain director ranking lists that I do kind of want to re-rank, um, such as like Stanley Kubrick or Paul Thomas Anderson, just because some of the rankings changed. Scorsese, that's another one where it's like the rankings changed a little bit. So I'm like, maybe I should re-rank it. So that's what I'm kind of playing around with too. Um, we'll see though, because there's certain Kubrick films that I need to rewatch, like Lolita. I need to rewatch Lolita. Full Metal Jacket. I haven't seen in like not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. It will be 3 years I think since I last saw Full Metal Jacket. But that's the thing with ranking lists; they can change. They really can. And speaking of that, this year I've realized that my 2021 ranking list, it's definitely a lot different now. I had like Nightmare Alley at number 10, and it would definitely not be at number 10. It would be much higher. And then I had that same year, I had The Green Knight as number one, and rewatched The Green Knight today. And I still love the film. I still think it's great, but I would not have it as my number one film now. So it's interesting. But that's the thing. I mean, people's views change. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes, a lot of times, they do. If anyone has any questions or anything that they want to say, I'm more than willing to hear y'all out instead of me just rambling. I feel bad that I'm just rambling. All right, good. I just wanted to make the live chat was still working. Filter all messages. Okay. Boom. All right, that should work now. Something else I was going to say. Now I forget. Off the top of my head, I now forget. Oh, top 10 sports movies. That's the video I'm also thinking about doing. But I think I need to rewatch Rocky because I haven't like rewatched Rocky probably since 2013. I would say there's a lot of films I watched in 2013 that I just it's been a decade and I haven't rewatched. And I feel like I would appreciate much more now because Rocky, for instance, came out the same year as All the President's Men, and All the President's Men I watched in 2013, and I thought it was like good, but I thought it was kind of slow. But I rewatched that this year and I absolutely loved it. I think it's a masterpiece. So I'm like, if I rewatch Rocky now, would I like it a lot better? Because I like it. I think it's good, but I still have this in my mind. I still have it where it's like, oh, Creed's better. But I also don't know if that's because the directing's a lot more stylish versus Rocky's. The directing's a lot more grounded. So I just don't know if there's that recency bias or if it actually is better. That's what I'm going to try to figure out. 2024. Like, hey, rewatching Rocky. I do know that I don't think Rocky should have won Best Picture. I know, regardless, on even if I think it's really, really good on rewatch, I don't think Rocky should have won Best Picture over like Taxi Driver and All the President's Men, or even Network. What a crazy year! That was such a great year for Best Picture nominees. Who's your good boy? Come here. Come back for the camera. No, you got a friend. You gotta get closer. Yeah, he's a good boy. Paul. Show everyone how good you are, Paul. That was very mild. That was like, what was that? What was that? Do a little Paul. Other Paul? Good boy. He's a good boy. I know, you're camera shy. He hates cameras. I don't know why. It's like as soon as I put a camera out, he's like, nope. What? Nope. Yeah. He's a good boy now. This guy's a little Christmas ribbon. No, well, not really Christmas, but oh, he's off. There he is. He's like, Dad, let's get back to watching It's a Wonderful Life. That's right. I decided to pause It's a Wonderful Life to do this live stream. I was like 15 minutes in and I was like really invested, but at the same time, I was like, all right, I got to pause this and I got to do this now because there's no way at like 9, 10 o'clock at night I'm going to want to do a live stream. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Look. What's that? He looks so confused. Nobody's around, Dexter. Nobody is around. We've got 1, 2 people max. To be fair, it was a last minute live stream. Hey, Jorge, Lena, only one. Oh yeah, you were the one that commented on my top 10 TV shows of all time. I think let me pull up your comment because I think I finally responded to it. I apologize in advance about comments. I'm so. Oh yeah, you said waiting. Yep, a day ago you commented waiting. Which I apologize because I did this whole live stream in place of it. It's still going to be coming out today. It's going to be coming out in 46 minutes. But I wanted to do this live stream real quick just so I could update you guys instead of having to like type everything up. But I was saying next year there's probably not going to be any like, movie catch up videos that I'm doing. It was a way for me to talk about all the movies that I saw that month, but it's becoming a lot, honestly. So I'm like, you know what? Why not focus on like the top 10 lists, the director ranking lists, And then if you see the movie that you really really like in theaters, then yeah, of course, talk about it. Just so that way there's even more like, you know, push for it, I guess, so to speak. Like for example, American Fiction, I saw, what was it, November 27th, so like a month or so in advance. So I was like, all right, let me review this because, get the word out there that hey, this movie should be seen, which apparently was for naught because it was originally supposed to come out this weekend, wide release, but now I don't know when American Fiction's coming out wide release. So we had top 10 videos. Trying to think what else. Academy Award videos, of course. I actually, I'm almost 2 years ahead. Actually, by that I mean that next year I have. I think next year it's going to complete the 2010s and 2020s, and then the 90s will start, and the 90s will go on until like I think the middle of 2025, and then right now I'm watching all the 1980s Academy Award Best Picture nominees, so that will be something that will be like second half of 2025 and then first half 2026. So that I guess you could say I'm quite ahead of schedule with, but I'm happy about it. I try to be ahead of the curve, so to speak. Although that does kind of bite you in the butt in some cases, because, for example, last weekend I filmed my top 10 most anticipated films of 2024 list. And then, what was it, 2 days ago? I heard the news that Jordan Peele's film got taken off the release schedule. So I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I literally have that on my list. But not only do I have it on my list, I'm like, I talk about it in correlation with another film. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just still going to release it. Whatever. I'm going to release it. I literally say it in the video when I filmed it so people can put two and two together that I filmed it beforehand. But again, it's like, it's frustrating. But that will drop December 31st. I figure that was a good time to release that. The top 10 worst movies, I was able to release that, like a week or so ago because I was like, I don't see myself like watching any bad movies for the next couple weeks. Like I was like, I'm not gonna watch Aquaman 2 in theaters. I'm gonna just wait until streaming for that. Because it just looks like the trailer spoiled the whole movie. And I like James Wan, I do, but I'm just like everything about this movie just screams like that it's not going to be that good. So I'm like, wait months, and then watch it. So that way, you know, you give it a proper chance. I did that with Blue Beetle because Blue Beetle I was not excited for at all, but I waited to get it out from the library, like the library Blu-ray, and I thought it was kind of middle of the road. Like I didn't hate it. I feel like if I saw it in theaters, I probably would have hated it. I apologize, guys. Yawning on live stream. Some water. I guess that's one of the things about not really drinking energy drinks. It's like sometimes it bites you in the butt. Also, if you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to start following me on Letterboxd. Amazing app, really is. Absolutely love it. It's addictive too. It really is. Just like being able to add movies to your watch list, the lists that you're able to make, it's really good. Like list, I have 252 lists. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it helps me with being able to categorize things for YouTube. Honestly, keep track of those kind of things. I feel like there's a video I haven't, or a video I'm planning to release that I haven't. Oh, I haven't done this yet, but I'm thinking about doing a video called "My Favorite Movie from Every Year I've Been Alive." I feel like that'd be kind of cool, honestly. Oh, top 10 feature length directorial debuts of all time. That one I was thinking about doing. Oh, John Singleton. John Singleton, I just have two more of his films to watch. and then I'll release it. That'll probably be a 2025 thing though that I release it then. Oh, MCU movies ranked. That's that's one I want to do, but I'm also kind of nervous because I know how MCU fans can be. So I just haven't really haven't brought myself to that level to be able to do that. Same with Fast and Furious movies, Star Wars movies. I know I'm going to get lambasted for, but those are the type of lists I've been kind of playing around with possibly doing. I know I should. That's because I know it'd be fun. Jorge Lima, when are you going to drink? Chris. Oh, wait, let me read it. When are you going to drink? Christmas. It's past 8 o'clock at night. Holy cow, 8 o'clock. So you are like 2 hours ahead of me, it looks like. Or no, was that 14 hours? So I actually, in terms of drinking, I actually don't drink. Well, I drink water, of course, but I actually don't drink alcohol. Um, Kind of a health nut in that regards, believe it or not. Um, but I definitely will be celebrating Christmas, starting to celebrate today. With of course watching It's a Wonderful Life, which is a tradition that I originally did with my family, and then now I do that with myself. My wife, she actually don't know if we watched It's a Wonderful Life together, but I'll usually watch that by myself. Um, but my wife right now, she's at work. I'm off, which is awesome. So I was able to get some stuff done, including this live stream that I wanted to do. Where I'm like, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I'll be celebrating tomorrow. I know I'll be making like a big breakfast tomorrow. There's a lot of food that I avoid for 364 days out of the year. So tomorrow will be the one day that I actually eat certain foods that I avoid for those 364 days. So actually looking forward to it. Even though some of the food now, I'm also like, I'm not vegan, I'm not, but I feel like I'm heading in that direction in some ways, except for of course tomorrow. But chicken and seafood, I just don't think I could get rid of. I love seafood too much. Someone liked my Green Knight review. Green Knight, Green Knight's really really good. Jorge, if you haven't seen the Green Knight, would highly recommend you watch it. It's so good, so good. You would like it. Same director did Ghost Story, which I really like. Oh yeah, also my shirt. This is probably can't see it. It's Hannibal Lecter. Silence of the Lambs. One of my best friends got me this shirt for my birthday, not this year, but the year before. He got me actually two Silence of the Lambs shirts, which is awesome. Because he knows that's one of my favorite films of all time. And that's a film. So my tradition is It's a Wonderful Life. I rewatch on Christmas Eve. But Silence of the Lambs, it's been 3 years in a row now where I rewatch Hannibal, the TV show, in preparation for Silence of the Lambs, which I've been rewatching on Halloween, which is nice. So my next holiday, well, I'm conflicted because January, of course, there's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I'm like, okay, do I rewatch Selma on that day or do I rewatch it on the day that I saw it 9 years ago? Because I saw Selma 9 years ago, well, almost 9 years ago next month in theaters, and I haven't seen it since, but I've been wanting to. So I'm like, okay, do I rewatch it on the 9 year anniversary of when I saw it in theaters or on Martin Luther King Jr. Day? I'll probably wait till Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I feel like it would be more fitting. But I remember Selma being quite good, so looking forward to rewatching that. And then I don't have any immediate other tradition Christmas. I mean, not Christmas holiday movies, but those are the ones that I mentioned where it's like those are the ones that I do try to keep up traditions with because it's cool, and it's also something where it's like you're always guaranteed to at least one watch for those movies every year. I thought I heard something. Not the keys. Jorge, with what I was saying about being healthy, this is my gallon water jug. I drink a gallon of water a day. Sometimes a little bit more, but I always drink a gallon of water. Keeps me hydrated. Keeps things flowing. Man, I'm getting so many yawns today. Heard a bark. Top 10 word. Okay. Oh, I just remember. Sorry. Sometimes I'll be thinking one thing and then I'll think another thing and then I'll quickly be thinking back to that one thing and then I'll forget about the other thing. And that's just what happened just now. I was thinking about earlier how I was saying like certain films that I had to watch in order to see my top 10 best films of 2023 list. And I just realized another one, Maestro. I still have to watch Maestro. But I already have that locked in that I'm planning to watch that on the day after Christmas. I hope it's good. I like Bradley Cooper, but I thought Star Wars one was just solid, so I'm hoping that it's at least solid. But I don't really know much about the real life person Bernstein, so I'm hoping it's interesting. And then Society of Snow. That's another one I need to watch. So there's a decent amount I still have to watch, but I am happy overall how my top films of 2023 list is looking so far. It's looking good. There's some people that know me will be like, okay, that makes sense why I say, it, and then other people will be surprised on certain ones. Silent live stream all night long. To be fair, Eastern time, I'm filming this at a terrible time because it's 6:30 on a Sunday night. So people are either out and about, just going their merry ways, or, and more likely, they're just, not chill. That'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be everyone's like chill day. Dexter, come on, come on. We need you to come. Come on. Yeah, you should go play. For anybody that's new in the channel, here is my dog. Oh, Dexter, get back in frame. He's camera shy. He's camera shy. Yeah, he's a good boy though. When first got Dexter, I was always nervous because I was like, oh no, does that mean doing YouTube videos is gonna be impossible because he like barks a lot? But surprisingly, he doesn't. He really doesn't. And honestly, when I go in to film my reviews, like he knows it, and he's just like really chill. Like, even with this live stream, he's only he's been mostly keeping to himself. Now, I don't know if that's because he's camera shy or just because he's chill, but right, Dexter. He's like, yeah, let's do it. There he is. You hear something? So he's gonna go towards it. Watch this. Yep, he went. He hears the car. I hear it, so that means he definitely knows because his hearing is more elevated. All right, guys. There's a half hour as the filming this. There's a half hour until my top 10 TV shows of all time is released. Definitely make sure you check that out in half an hour. Very proud of how the video turned out. Definitely going to have some hot takes in terms of the ranking, as well as what's an honorable mention versus what made the list. But I will definitely be curious to see your guys, top 10 TV shows of all time list. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below for that video. And also, like I said, I'm going to try to do live streams once a week. Might be a little bit difficult some weeks, but I'm still going to at least try, just so that way we can interact. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here because there just really isn't that much interaction. Which again, I get it's because it's Christmas Eve, but it's one of those things where it's like there's not much else to say. If you guys play it back, you'll know there's just certain things that I said, so I'll just recap that. Starting next year, I'm probably not going to do the catch-up videos where I talk about all the 2023 films that I saw in a given month. TV show reviews might be far and few between. Haven't really decided about that just yet. But I will be focused on my director ranking lists, top 10 lists. So definitely be on the lookout for those next year because they'll be plenty full. But the director ranking list, those will stay at just once a month just because they're a lot of work. And I just feel like if you post multiple director ranking lists in a given month, people are going to think that it's very easy when it's not, because you have to track down all the movies, then you have to watch all the movies, then you have to figure out the ranking. And that's not even talking about the editing process. So, but I'm also planning to maybe next year, not quite sure yet, but I'm also planning to next year, in some ways, re-rank Academy Award Best Picture nominees from each decade. And then, of course, you'll be seeing the 2010s, 90s, Academy Award ranking lists. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, guys, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away down below. But I really do appreciate your guys' support. Subscription, notification bell. Dexter.